Welcome back to Geek Vision's Entertainment. The hold on, let me adjust my mic here. Mic's a little low. Big three of visual media. There we go. That, of course, being film, video games, and television. I am, as always, of course, your host Hoover, and we are back after we've been a little quiet on the channel lately, to be honest with you. But y'all know, y'all should know at least these these unannounced and unscheduled breaks will come pretty frequently. But good thing is we are back. We got another episode of News Drop, episode 50. We'll be talking about here today. Um, but also I got some other stuff coming too. I got like four, four and a half scripts I got done. I just gotta record them. Um, one of them is this one. I got two other ones that are pretty simple, and then I got one that's gonna be a little bit more involved. I actually want to do a little bit more um, editing for that one, so that one's gonna be a little longer. But it's that Digimon video. I promise. Like, what was that last year? January of last year. I said I was gonna do a Digimon video, and I still have it. So that's what the other one is. But yeah, I got a couple things. So we got a couple things to finish up that I just got to record. So we'll be there pretty soon. But yeah, so we have here the brand new news drop. This one we got some stories from the end of April, but mostly from the start of March here in the last couple days. So some of the things I'm talking about here on this news drop today, we're gonna look at the weekend box office. The Thunderbolts just opened up in theaters, so we'll talk about how that went in its opening weekend. We also got a little tease from Avengers Doomsday. At least some behind the scenes little teases there. We got an update on the Split Fiction movie, the casting update for there. We got some updates on the Amazon Prime Video's Roadhouse sequel. And some brand new news that just came in today. I think it was today. A thing from our Cheeto. Actually, it was like 2 days ago. Our Cheeto in chief has implemented something that is going to be affecting Hollywood. So this is kind of a both a movie and a TV thing, but mostly for movies. Video games. Rockstar has announced a big old surprise and update for GTA 6. We got a reveal of Borderlands 4. Microsoft made a very confusing and questionable move, I guess you could say. We also got an update from Respawn, not some good news. But we also got some updates on a Xbox icon crossing over to PlayStation, and Bungie just announced a bunch of brand new stuff for the future of Destiny 2. And then for the TV side, Netflix has had their TUDUM. Is that what it's called? TUDUM, whatever the hell that means. We got some updates for season 2 of Shogun. Jeremy Renner offered an update on a second season of Hawkeye. We got a renewal. And we got a brand new show coming from the creators of Big Mouth. And then, of course, after all that, we will be going over some trailers, which, yes, I was going to do it as its own video, but I figured I might as well just load up the camera, get these news stories going, and we'll wrap it up into this as well. But yes, for trailers, we are going to be watching the GTA 5 trailer as well. I ain't going to lie, maybe just for the views, I might put this in the news drop, but I might also cut it out and upload it as its own video as well. Depends on how long I'll talk about it. But we'll see. Doing it for the views. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even gonna fret with you. We gonna do it for the numbers. We gonna do it for the views. But yeah, so that's what we got here for this episode of News Drop here today. Do I want that? Borderlands revealed like some new gameplay, but for Borderlands 4, let's see how long it is. If it's pretty short, we might add it in there. It's like 18 minutes. We'll save that another time. But we will watch the gameplay trailer because I forgot to put that on there too. So still that on there. I ain't gonna lie, TV trailers are kind of light this week. I think I only have like two. Yeah, so that's about it. Uh, we might look at Netflix. I think Netflix might have some other stuff, some individual trailers from their TUDUM stuff, but whatever. But mostly movies, mostly video games, and of course the GTA trailer. So, without further ado, let me stop yapping and let's jump right into this news, then, shall we? All right, like I said, kicking things off, we will start with the Thunderbolts flies to 162 million globally, while Sinners nears $250 million milestone. Thunderbolts touched down at the global box office with 162 million, including a 86 million from 52 international markets. It's behind Brave New World. The reviews and audience scores for Thunderbolts are very positive, so it should help and give it a little bit more legs. Brave New World, on the other hand, hobbled by terrible word of mouth, quickly collapsed at the box office. Undeserved, in my opinion. That movie was actually very solid. I will say I did like. I saw Thunderbolts this weekend as well. I did first viewing. I did enjoy Thunderbolts more than I enjoyed Brave New World first viewing. But still, that it's not bad. Like I said, Brave New World is bad. Big screen endurance is important because Disney spent 180 million to make and another 100 million to market, which stood on a ragtag group of anti-heroes, including Sebastian Stan's Bucky, Florence Pugh's Elena Belova, Wyatt Russell's John Walker, and David Harbour's Red Guardian. And also topped the domestic box office charts with 76 million. Outside of the US and Canada, territories were China, UK, Mexico, and Brazil. Elsewhere, Sinners added 10 million from 71 markets. Damn, down just 27% from the weekend. By the way, this is like it's what third, fourth weekend, and it's only had a 27% drop in just that. That's crazy. It's become a sensation in North America with 180 million dollars already. After 3 weekends in theaters, Citizen impressively nearing 250 million globally. Ticket sales currently are at 236 million. Dope. Let's see. Over the weekend, Minecraft collected 26 million. Its foreign tallies up to 475 million. Its gross 873.4 million worldwide and stands as this year's highest grossing Hollywood release to date, which is crazy because the reviews from what I've seen, this movie is not good, but it's Minecraft, so that's what's popular. All right, so the Thunderbolts officially ignites the all-important summer movie season, with studios set to unveil new installments of some of the biggest franchises after a weak start of the year. Hollywood is looking to upcoming blockbuster hopefuls like Lilo and Stitch, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, Jurassic World Rebirth to reinvigorate moviegoers. Yeah, so Thunderbolts did very, very well in its opening weekend, and it might keep up because, like I said, I saw the movie. One of the scripts I got done is my impressions video. It's the first time I actually wrote the script for him since I started doing the I just watched. So we'll see how that goes. But I wrote the script for it. It's nearly done. Um, but yeah, but to kind of give you, so that'll be up sometime after this, sometime in the middle of the week. Probably like Thursday or something. We'll probably record it tomorrow. Um, I liked it. The Thunderbolts was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. Thoroughly so. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about it's the best since Endgame, the best Marvel movie come out since Endgame. I feel like we're forgetting how fucking great Spider-Man No Way Home was. Also, Shang-Chi was also very good. I really dug Shang-Chi. Both of those are still kind of like the best ones to come out since then. This could be up there though. It's just first viewing, so I gotta see it a couple more times to kind of determine what I actually think. But yeah, Thunderbolts did very, very well. I'll be talking more. You'll hear more of my thoughts on it in the I just watched video. So check that out, coming out sometime after this. But with the release of the Thunderbolts, we got ourselves a little tease here. Robert Downey Jr. on his Instagram posted a couple pictures. Let me see if I can make this big enough. There we go. Posted a couple photos on his Instagram. Um, when the movie released over the weekend. He tied out just wild dinner and a show with the old Avengers. So cool, fresh and deep. Big congrats to the new Avengers and Bob. Hashtag Thunderbolts. So yeah, so this is clearly, like I said, they're currently filming Avengers Endgame in London. I want to say right now. So this also looks very familiar to some this area, this little tent. Also looks like when they were shooting Endgame. and I think it was Brie Larson or it was Zoe Saldana who posted like a very similar image, um, with all the women characters. But yeah, so here we are. We got ourselves a couple of the characters from Avengers Doomsday. We got Chris Hemsworth, of course, Thor, Channing Tatum, of course, it's Gambit, Simu Liu, Shang-Chi, Paul Rudd, who's Ant-Man, of course, Robert Downey Jr., being Doctor Doom, Ibn Mas Baccarat, who's the Thing of the Fantastic Four, Vanessa Kirby, who is the Invisible Woman, Winston Duke is M'Baku, and of course, we got Anthony Mackie, who is Sam Wilson. So that's a little photo. So and then they celebrated with the Thunderbolts, and apparently they had a little screening of it too. They watched it. So they had a dinner and a show, and they watched the Thunderbolts as it released. So yeah, so that is very cool. Also, I guess I could talk about it. I'll probably mention it in the video too, but I guess I could mention it because I thought it was gonna be a huge spoiler, so I didn't write anything of it in the script for my impressions of the Thunderbolts. But Marvel just said fuck it and just and just spoiled everything on their own. So Robert Downey Jr. also kind of spoiled some shit here. We didn't even know yet when he put that there. So yeah, the new Avengers. So there you go. Yeah, y'all should know what I'm talking about. Like I said, Marvel's been posting shit about it all damn week, which is crazy. The movie just came out and are already putting that out there. But yeah, it's been titled that the Thunderbolts are not the Thunderbolts; they're the new Avengers, and that's like. It seems like they're also changing the marketing for the movie itself to New Avengers, but I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, just a little cool photo here. Um, as we inch closer and closer to Avengers Doomsday. All right, next up, Sydney Sweeney is set to star in the Split Fiction movie, and John M. Chu is set to direct. Before we go here, I don't know who John M. Chu is or what they've worked on. Let's see. But known for his work in dance, focused, and mainstream films. Okay, let's see. They directed Wicked. Okay, Wicked. The next Wicked, Crazy Rich Asians, In the Heights. Now You See Me Too. Step Up to do a lot of dance movies. I just seen three. I'm like, okay, the dance movie guy. Okay, I don't know. Crazy Rich Asians was really good, and Wicked was, of course, was phenomenal. I've seen so. Known for directing romantic comedies. What does it say? Oh no, for direct. Oh, for the romantic comedy, Crazy Rich Asians. So they definitely have like a style. They did do Jim and the Holograms though. Huh. It's kind of weird. They have a focus on like music based things, music and dance based shit. So for him to be directing a video game movie is kind of wild. Anywho, yes. If we had a pound for every time Sydney Sweeney boarded a buzzy new movie adaptation of a popular video game this week, is this Jordan? I knew it because this is just the setup for the whole. It would just be two, but it'd be weird, which isn't a lot, but weird to happen twice. I knew this was setting up for that joke, and as soon as I was like, "This is setting up for that fucking joke," is this fucking Jordan? And yes, yes, it is Jordan. Apparently, the only fucking Empire writer on the damn website. It's crazy. Please don't. I don't give a fuck about that shit. All right. Days after news broke that the Immaculate Stars revving up to produce a Michael Bay directed take on the Sega arcade Outrun. By the way, I never covered that. Yeah, she's also a part of She's producing an Outrun movie based off the video game Outrun, a Sega game. It's just a racing game, so we don't know what it's going to be about. That the in-demand actor has jumped aboard a movie adaptation of the hit co-op game Split Fiction, which none other than Wicked Hells and John M. Chu is set to direct. The latest effort from Hayes, like the couch co-op game, develops behind the likes of A Way Out and Takes Two. Yeah, we know. Despite its miracle bit of gameplay-focused storytelling, actually it makes a lot of sense to be given the cinematic treatment. I ain't gonna talk about it too much. We should know what Spit Fish is about. We've talked about it a lot. Did it have any kind of, let's see, VR simulation, blah 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 blah. Turn into content. It's anxiety, discussing ad. Yeah, I heard it has an AI thing to it. Um, they think it'd be more closer to Ready Player One and Tron. So we don't no story details just yet. We don't know if she's going to be up for the role of Mio or Zoe. I I think it's a pretty good idea that it's going to be Zoe. Ain't Zoe the white one, the white blonde one, or is that Mio? I don't fucking know. She's going to be the white one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, Zoe, yeah. So I feel pretty confident that she's gonna end up playing Zoe, in this one. The script is being worked on by Deadpool and Wolverine duo Reese and Paul Wernick. Huh. Red Reese and Paul Wernick. This is weird. This I am now vastly intrigued with this movie now, but like not for good reasons, if that makes sense. Because now I'm super interested in how this shit go work. It's directed by a guy who's mostly only done music and dance movies. It's written by Reese and Warnick, who've written the Deadpool movies. They also wrote Twisted Metal on Peacock, the Peacock series, the video game adaptation of that. And that one is very much in like that same tone of humor that Deadpool is. Very lighthearted, pretty gory, pretty violent, but very doesn't take itself too seriously kind of thing. This is a very strange combination. Also, you got Sydney Sweeney starring in it now, who's a big rising star right now. Please pause this bullshit about American Choppers. And in terms of game to screen pedigree backing, the project Story Kitchen, who've done Sonic the Hedgehog, Tomb Raider, and Streets of Rage, are on the split fiction train as a package for the movie gathers momentum too. If you're in the haze like the game, and also if I haven't played the game, but from what I know about what Haze Light does, they do make their shit with like a lot of heart. I'm sorry, a lot of heart in it. Um, I am very intrigued about this movie now because it seems like it's a fucking mess. And like before you even seen anything, just like the director and the writers, I don't know. Granted, we should know by now not to put people in a box. Remember how fucking Jordan Peele was the fucking Mad TV guy, and now he's like the premier horror fucking director in Hollywood right now. So we know not to put people in a damn box. Sometimes you can just branch out and try shit, and it can be good. And sometimes weird shit works. Everything, everywhere, all at once is a fucking phenomenal ass movie, but it's weird as fuck. But it's so damn good. Uh, so this, I'm gonna pay attention to this fucking movie now up until it comes out. We might have to go see it. I have a plan to play Split Fiction. I just talked to a friend from work. We agreed that we play it, but it'll have to come later because we're both kind of backed up on games and work right now. So I have a plan in place to play it. We'll see if it works out. But yeah, I know Hayes like does a lot of heartfelt stuff in their games. So this is interesting. The fucking director of Wicked with the writers of the Deadpool movies and starring fucking Sydney Sweeney from Euphoria. That is a why. That's a fucking weird ass movie. Doing a split fiction movie. Hayes like split fiction movie. Like everything about that just don't match up well. That's why I'm like so intrigued at how this could come out. So we're gonna be paying attention to the split fiction movie. We will be paying attention to anything that comes out of this movie. We'll see who they kind of have in the running to play the other character and the rest of the cast. But if clearly, I will say right from the jump, a lot of this movie is going to be based on the chemistry between the two actresses who play Mio and Zoe. Also, how are they going to adapt? Because the game is very much focused on co-op and like puzzle solving and shit. So I wonder how they adapt that into a cinematic style. All right, moving on. We got some news. Roadhouse 2. Guy Ritchie is to direct the sequel to their hit action movie. Jake Gyllenhaal is set to come back. Hopefully not. What the fuck is his face? The fucking fighter. What the fuck is his name? Conor McGregor. Hopefully he's not in his dumbass. I got shit in my pants walk. Uh, Guy Ritchie has signed to direct Roadhouse 2, the sequel to the hit Amazon movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal. Will Beal, that's a hell of a name, whose credits range from comic book movies such as Aquaman to action flicks like Bad Boys Ride or Die, is writing the script. See, that matches up better. Like now we're kind of working. Like now, all this shit makes sense. Guy Ritchie, Jake Gyllenhaal, action movie. Get the guy who wrote Aquaman and Bad Boys Ride or Die. All this shit lines up better than that split fiction movie. Gyllenhaal will reprise his role as Dalton, ex-UFC fighter who takes a job as a bouncer at the Florida Keys. He will also produce with Josh McLaughlin via the duo's Nine Stories production banner, along with Charles Roven and Alex Gartner of Atlas Entertainment. Is that one girl coming back? Who was the bartender? She was fine. Plot details as well as setting are being kept under the shirt. Of course, you know the movie was a remake of the '89 Swayze flick. It was a massive hit for the streaming unit, attracting nearly 80 million viewers on Prime only 8 weeks. So that's good. Lehman was unlikely to return for a sequel thanks to a nasty fight with Amazon over the release of the movie. Oh, I didn't even read that part. Doug Liman was directed it. Which he maintained was owed a theatrical release. Amazon countered that the filmmaker chose a streaming release, but with a higher budget. Okay. Ritchie is considered a good replacement for the piece. The filmmaker has a relationship with Gyllenhaal. They worked on Guy Ritchie's The Covenant, which is an Amazon MGM thing, so he has a relationship with both of them. And he's had a propensity for kinetic, knuckle-busting moves with decades of thrillers, big and small. Ritchie also has shown himself to be a filmmaker with a lit fuse behind his back, directing movies with like a man possessed. After directing 2021's Wrath of Man, he had two movies in 2023, Operation Fortune and The Covenant, then created the 2024 series The Gentleman for Netflix, while also putting out Spy Caper, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. So he's been putting in that OT. This year he has two movies in post-production, Wife and Dog and In the Gray. He also has Found the Youth. Oh, we've watched trailers for that. The Apple TV movie, starring John Krasinski and Natalie Portman, coming to Apple later this year. He's director and executive producer. And he's doing that of Prime's upcoming series, Young Sherlock. So he's been going hard. He's been putting in that work. So some news on Roadhouse 2. I watched Roadhouse. It was okay. Like it wasn't nothing crazy. It wasn't terrible. I mean, Conor McGregor was pretty fucking bad in the movie. But like, you know, what do you expect? You know, I feel like they cast him for the fucking name recognition, and he's supposed to be a UFC fighter, so they put him up against an actual UFC fighter, shit like that. So you know, he was just in there just to get extra eyes on the movie. All right, so we got some. I'm sorry if this gets a little too political for you, but it's pretty big news in the world of Hollywood. Trump says he's instituting 100% tariff on films produced outside the U.S. Because the quote movie industry in America is dying. You know, totally nothing. You know, total pandemic about 5 years ago had absolutely no effect on the movie industry. You know, a pandemic that could have definitely been could have definitely have gone better if whoever the fuck was the president at the time reacted in the correct manner than what they actually did. Who the fuck even was the president at this time? I don't know. But yes. So the president posted that Hollywood and other areas are being devastated due to a concerted effort by other nations, what constitutes a national security threat. In a move that could shake up the entertainment industry, President Trump says he has directed his administration to put a 100% tariff on any movies coming into the U.S. that were not produced in this country. He posted on Truth Social Sunday that he's authorized the Department of Commerce and the U.S. Trade Representative to institute the tariff. The movie industry is dying a very fast death, he wrote. Other countries are offering all sorts of incentives to draw our filmmakers and studios away from the United States. Hollywood and many other areas within the USA are being devastated. This is a concerted effort by other nations and therefore a national security threat. It is, in addition to everything else, messaging and propaganda. Therefore, I am authorizing the Department of Commerce and the U.S. Trade Representative to immediately begin the process of instituting 100% tariff on any and all movies coming into our country that are produced in foreign lands. We want movies made in America again. So that came from the CEO in chief himself. So if y'all don't know, for years Hollywood productions have flocked to countries such as the UK, Australia, Ireland, and Spain for tax incentives. Talking to C-SPAN, Trump was asked about the tariffs, and he briefly expounded upon his post and put some of the blame on the California governor Gavin Newsom, in addition to some other countries. Let's see. What they've done is other nations have been stealing the movie making capabilities from the United States. I've done some very strong research over the past week. We're making the few movies now. Hollywood is being destroyed. Now you have a grossly incompetent governor that allowed this to happen. So I'm not just blaming other nations, but other nations have stolen our movie industry. If they're not willing to make a movie in the United States, then we should have a tariff on movies that come in. And not only that, governments are actually giving big money. They're supporting them financially. That's sort of a threat to our country in a sense. As for commitment, spokesperson in Newsom's office said, "It looks like it's a distraction. It looks like it's distraction day again in Washington D.C." Meanwhile, top entertainment execs say this would be devastating for TV and not just movies. Vancouver is over, says on story. Yeah, because they film a lot of TV shows over in Vancouver. Yeah, this sucks. Like, can imagine if imagine Lord of the Rings. That was shot in New Zealand, right? Let's check my facts before I start speaking. Yeah, it was shot in New Zealand. Imagine if they had to fucking shoot Lord of the Rings in like fucking Oregon or something. That's you like imagine they had to shoot. Imagine they shot Lord of the Rings in Wyoming. Like what the fuck? Let's see. There are a number of expensive tent. Why does he keep going up like that? I don't get that. So there are some movies that are coming out that have filmed overseas. Would they be grandfathered in? Why does it keep doing that? I'm literally just holding the button and it just fucking goes up. Would they be grandfathered in via a grace period or a hit with a tariff, and what the tariff even look like? Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning was shot all over the world, which is one of the key selling points of the Globetrotting franchise, which films overseas for exotic locales without tax credits. That's another important point. It's also going to heavily restrict creativity in a lot of movies. Like, is it like like the Thunderbolts just came out, and like the opening scene is shot I forget where. It's not in the U.S. though. Um, or Age of Ultron or Civil War, when it took place in multitude of different areas. They shot in like Eastern Europe, Hong Kong. They do a lot of filming in like London too. I think they have a studio, a sound stage in London too. Look at that. John Wick spinoff Ballerina filmed in the Czech Republic. Avatar: Fire and Ash was made in New Zealand, which has become a production hub over the last 20 years after Lord of the Rings put it on the map. That's what I just said. Fucking Lord of the Rings shot in Wyoming is crazy. Marvel could be hit with tariffs. Oh yeah, that's right. Doomsday just started filming. They're shooting it in London. Spider-Man: Brand New Day is going to be shooting in the UK as well. They offer generous tax incentives. That's why they're shooting them there instead of Atlanta, where they shot Infinity War and Endgame. Star Wars Starfighter is expected to shoot sometime soon in the UK. Even WB Discovery has been in London as well. Supergirl is shooting in London. So yeah, so if you want to shoot overseas, you're gonna have to pay a significant hike in taxes, which is of course going to dissuade a lot of productions from shooting overseas, which already is gonna hurt some movies. Like imagine if like they greenlight a movie, but it's a movie they don't really have a lot of faith in, and like the production team is like, "Hey, we know, but we're gonna make this like this globe trotting adventure." Like actually, what did we just talked about it? What's that one movie we just talked about it? Shit. Is it here? Was it him? What the fucking the movie we just talked about with John Krasinski and Natalie Portman, that Apple TV movie. What the fuck is it? Why am I spacing on the name right now? Damn it. Who had the story for it? We literally just read it. Um, I forget what it's called. But imagine like that movie, which seems like a massive selling point of that movie is the fact that it's a globe-trotting adventure. So it's gonna take place in a lot of different exotic locations. So even though maybe the studio may not have a lot of faith in like the story or something, the fact that it's an adventure that takes them all over the world could be a big selling point for the movie. Now imagine you don't have that now. Like the studio already doesn't have a lot of faith in it, and now they aren't willing to pay the extra tax incentive with the Trump tax and the tariffs attached to it now. So they're like, all right, so we're not gonna have you shoot this movie anywhere else other than the United States. So make it a country spanning adventure as opposed to a globe trotting adventure. And I feel like that'll hurt the movie even more. And now it's restricting creativity because now you got to be like, well, if the companies don't want to pay the tariff to shoot internationally, now we have to shoot everything here in the country. So now we gotta fucking restrict what we can do and where we can go to shoot everything here in the U.S. style, which stifles creativity, which is the worst thing you can do for movies. And if the movie industry is dying like he claims it is, restricting creativity ain't gonna help, like at all. So yeah, Hollywood tariffs are coming in. Um, what do we talk about there, bro? What was the last thing called? There's a cottage industry of low budget VOD movies that shoot in Eastern European countries such as Romania and Bulgaria for low labor costs and tax incentives. Think anything low budget starring an Asian action star, or even an independent filmmaker who's got themselves a nice amount of money. Nothing major. It ain't like millions and hundreds of millions of dollars like you can get from a studio, but just they amassed quite a couple $1,000s. But they want to shoot somewhere nice. Like I had an instructor when I was in college, and he had him film, and he shot it all in Russia, I think, or somewhere in like Eastern Europe. Um, and now and it was an independent movie. It was low budget, but he shot it there, and he got a little bit of motion in Eastern Europe. But now imagine if the tariffs are on that now he can't do it. Which would be like a big selling point for the movie. So yeah, so more news, more fucking tariffs. Uh, I didn't vote for him. Anywho, that's it for the film portion. Now let's move on over to video games. All right, to the dismay of thousands, maybe even millions of gamers, probably a lot of casual gamers, probably as well. Rockstar has announced that Grand Theft Auto 6 is delayed to May 2026. Uh, Grand Theft Auto 6, which may be the most highly anticipated game of all time, has been delayed to May 26th of 2026. The game was set to release at some point this year, with periodic soft assurances from Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick that the game was on track, but that is no longer the case. In a statement on social media, Rockstar Games announced the delay and wrote, We are sorry that this is later than you expected. The interest and excitement surrounding the new Grand Theft Auto has really. I'll just read the damn letter. um, all right, Grand Theft Auto 6 is now coming May 26th to 2026. 5/26/2026. 5/26/2026. All right, we are very sorry that this is later than you expected. The interest and excitement surrounding a new Grand Theft Auto has truly been humbling for our entire team. We want to thank you for your support and your patience as we work to finish the game. With every game we have released, the goal has been to try and exceed your expectations, and Grand Theft Auto 6 is no exception. We hope you understand that we need this extra time to deliver at the level of quality you expect and deserve. We look forward to sharing more information with you soon. Sincerely, Rockstar Games. Now, there has been a ton of industry rumors and theories about when this game was coming out. They did say 2025, but before this came out, we were already reached May of this year. We're already halfway through the year, and we seen and heard nothing. There was news that a bunch of game developers and publishers were holding back release dates from their games because they needed to see what Rockstar was doing, which is completely understandable. When GTA 5 drops, you get the fuck out of the way. Like for real, you get the fuck out the way for about a month or two. So we could also probably expect to see a lot of games get release dates coming after this now as well. And also now that they know it's coming May 26th, a lot of people might be trying to get in before that as well. So shit, early 2026 it might be a fucking hell of a year too, because it might be everybody is gonna be trying to put their game out and get a piece of the pie before this motherfucker drops. Rockstar have historically and consistently received delays following their announcement, so while the push is disappointing, it is not unexpected. We still don't know much about the game beyond its so far only official trailer. It never had a locked in release date beyond 2025 before the day. It was announced in December 2023 and set in modern day Vice City, which is modeled after Miami and South Florida. It appears to star two protagonists, including the series' first female lead. Although Rockstar has not officially divulged details on these characters or their relationships. Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming to PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC version yet to be confirmed, around later this year. So yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5 is delayed. I mean, 6 is delayed, which is absolutely fine with me. There are a shit ton of games to play this year. Like if you play games, like if you're really about that life, if you really play games, this is actually damn near a sign of relief. Now you don't have to worry about being too overburdened with shit. One of the biggest games is not dropping this year, so you got time to play your other shit. But for, of course, people who maybe only play like 2, maybe 3 games a year, like I mentioned, that extremely casual audience, the people who really only get down with like Fortnite, Fall Guys, and Call of Duty, and 2K, Madden, all the people like that, this might have been the only game they were looking forward to this year because GTA has massive commercial appeal. Gamers both hardcore and casual know of it. So yeah, I did hear some stories like, oh, it could be do good things, but it also do very bad things for the industry too. Like I said, it could also mean a lot of money is leaving the gaming industry this year. That could have been coming in this year, but now it's not. Clearly, because Grand Theft Auto is probably going to ship millions. Um, so yeah, but luckily Rockstar did lighten the blow from the delay a little bit. They released the second official trailer that just came out today, May 6th. It just came out today. I was at work when it got announced, and I was like, oh shit, we got to record this for the content. We'll watch it when I get home. But of course, I decided I was going to do the news drop. I'll just do the news drop as well. So we will be watching the Grand Theft Auto trailer in the trailer section of our episode today. So if you're on an audio platform, you want to see me react to the GTA 6 trailer, come on over to YouTube. All right, but that is it for GTA 6. We got some Borderlands news. Borderlands 4 reveals new release date and 2 new Vault Hunters. The much anticipated looter shooter sequel is coming this year in September. But when the release date previously scheduled for September 23rd has been brought forward to September 12th. Along with the release date, developer Gearbox recently dropped a gameplay deep dive video to exhibit some of the wrinkles it's adding to the Borderlands blueprint. Uh, Quips, screaming enemies, billions of gun combinations, bring friends. I recommend you check it out for yourself, but we've collected all the highlights below. Good, because I don't want to watch an 18-minute video. The first big reveal from this steady gameplay footage is 2 of the 4 new Vault Hunters is coming to Borderlands 4. In the Flush Ready to Rock, it won't be Borderlands without adding another siren to the mix, of course. We're getting with Vex, described as an elemental damage specialist who can summon strange shades to do her bidding. Safe to say that you'll never be lonely if you choose her. So she's the siren, but she's also a summoner. The other hero revealed today is Rafa, the Exo Soldier, former trooper of the T-Door Corp, who wears an experimental exosuit that can destruct a number of weapons at will. Gearbox says Borderlands 4 will have the most advanced skill tree system of the series, so experimentation is definitely encouraged. Of course, you play as one of the Fall Hunters. You go up against a notorious villain known as the Timekeeper. The Timekeeper is the master of Borderlands 4 key setting, Kairos. Previously unknown planet, Kairos' existence was kept secret for thousands of years. through the machinations of the Timekeeper, who uses cybernetic implants to control the planet's native population. Is this no? That's not them. Is this them? No, that seems like a regular Psycho. Let's see. The gameplay deep dive showed off a region of Kairos known as Terminal Range, a frozen wasteland with plenty of loot for the taking. A number of key mechanical changes from previous entries make a big difference. One of the changes is the licensed parts system, which allows you to combine different traits and abilities from several of the game's 8 iconic weapon manufacturers into a single weapon. In Borderlands 3, two-door weapons are associated with fast reload and low damage, while torque guns deal high damage but aren't particularly accurate. Mixing and matching these licensed parts, you can create a gun that offers particular permutation of stats you want. Another shift is the addition of dedicated enhancement gear slots, which will allow you to augment your favorite guns on a per manufacturer basis. Unlike previous games, the grenade and heavy weapons will now use a single ordnance slot that recharge on a cooldown, so you don't have to worry about hoarding valuable ammo for that pesky boss who may or may not show up. There's also a new category of gear called Rep Kit, which can either heal you or activate temporary buffs when you're caught in a tight situation. He's a solo player, but Gearbox is all taking additional steps to make sure that you can have the best possible co-op experience with friends. A new buddy system lets you drop in and drop out of the game with up to 4 players online. Dynamic level scaling, instance to loot for each player. Difficulty that's adjusted on a per player basis so that it's fun and engaging for everyone. With all those fresh additions for the award-winning series, you expect to lose hours and hours of just one more loot drop rush for Borderlands 4, and it releases on September 12th on the Epic Games Store. So there you go. Some new stuff coming to Borderlands 4. I've never been particularly of the Borderlands games. I've played them. I think the only one I haven't played is the first one, but I played the pre-sequel, I played 2, and I played 3. I enjoyed them, but like Borderlands 3, I played it, I liked it, but it wasn't particularly memorable. It didn't stand out. I can't really tell you too much about what happened in the damn game at this point, but I did play it, so we'll see. I think if I play this, I'm definitely gonna have to play it with people. So if I can maybe find out some people interested in it, see if any homies interested in it. But we'll see. Damn, that's the thing about growing old. Growing old, your homies don't really game that much no more. All right, moving on. Shocking move here. Xbox will be raising its game prices to $80 later this year. All right, so Xbox has announced that it'll be raising the price for both its hardware and games this year, with games going to $80 this holiday season. All right, Xbox confirmed that its console and hardware will increase its price starting today, but that's not. But that's not all, as the company has also confirmed that starting this holiday season, Xbox's first-party games will now set you back $79.99. It also revealed that the prices will increase to be globally and not just in the U.S. Microsoft said, "We understand that these changes are challenging and that they were made with careful consideration given market conditions and the rising cost of development. Looking ahead, we continue to focus on offering more ways to play games across any screen and ensuring value for Xbox players." In the earnings call, Microsoft announced that Xbox game revenue increased while its hardware sales continue to decline. Xbox is now the second larger publisher to announce its game prices will come this year. Yeah, thanks, Nintendo. Following Nintendo's announcement earlier this year for the Nintendo Switch 2. All it took was one. All it took was one person to have the balls to raise those prices, and now everybody's about to follow in line. Everybody's just like, nah, we're just going to wait till you do it first. As for what the game price increase means for the high anticipated GTA 6, which is still set to release later this year, that's not the case anymore. But likely Take-Two Interactive will see the 13% in the revenue as an easy win at the $80 price point, especially as now other games. There was already rumors that GTA might be like $100, which is already crazy. I definitely see GTA costing $80 when it comes out, especially now. I definitely see it being $80 when it comes out. There's also rumors that they are going to package the single player and the online as two different games. So if you just want to play the story mode, you can just get the one with the story mode. If you want to just play online, you can just get the one with the online. But if you want both, you have to pay for both separately. So there you go. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's also true as well. So yeah, there's been talks like this was something that's has been in the making for a long time, but it's just everybody was just waiting to see who would be the first to do it. With this tariffs, now Nintendo was the first one to do it, so now everybody's probably gonna follow suit. So don't be surprised if in the future we hear that Sony is also going to be raising their prices as well. Let's see if we can look at the let's see if we can find out those new prices and shit for everything they got. Oh, so they had a fucking list. All right. So for consoles and controllers, the Xbox Series X being bumped up by $100 to $600. They are printing just the pricing for some of the first party we ever seen that. The Xbox Series S is moving from 300 to 380. Damn. The 1 terabyte model is moving from 429. I mean to 430. It's moving to 430, and the X Digital Edition will now be priced at 550. With a 2 terabyte Galaxy Special Edition now eyeing, god damn, 730, $730. God damn. And you know what's also weird about this? Xbox is trailing heavily behind PlayStation. I think it's like for every 3 PlayStations being sold, only 1 Xbox is being sold. So these price hikes are not gonna help. Like, isn't this 2 terabyte Galaxy Special Edition now like damn near the same fucking price as the PS Pro, as the PS5 Pro? God damn it! Now I don't want to work because I got the fucking thing on here. Does it have the price? I got the price on there. Ugh. All right, let's look and see what else we got on here. All right, the base controller is moving to $65. The headset will now be 120. You can already find both of these accessories as the type of pricing right now. Xbox games are moving from $70 to $80 this holiday season. Yeah, that's crazy. 70 fucking $120 for a headset. 70 bucks for a goddamn controller. It's crazy. You also got to think that's also before the goddamn tariff was on there. The tariff taxes come on there. So fucking controller might be a damn near $100. Golly. So the PS5 Pro was $700. Yeah, the fucking 2 terabyte Xbox Series X, which I do believe is like, it's probably gonna be weaker than that because this is like the mid-season 8K shit. Now that bitch is like the most expensive. That's crazy. Well, there you go. Price hikes all around. Weird move for Xbox, but like I said, all it took was one person to do it. Now everybody's finna start doing it. We're living in the age of $80 games. I already keep my uh brand new day one full price games. I keep that to five a year, and that's like $60 games. I get that shit to 5 full price games a year. That's all I do. Everything else, I get it either when it's on sale, or when when it's used, or I get some Game of the Year edition way down the line with all the DLCs and shit. The more bang for your buck, because those usually end up costing $60 too. Anyway, but now that shit's wild. $80 games. So get ready for $80 games, $200 controllers, $800 consoles. My goodness. I'm kind of glad I made that jump to PC now. All right, next up, some more sad news. Titanfall Extraction Shooter reportedly canceled as EA lays off hundreds. Respawn Entertainment has ditched two incubation projects amid more restructuring. Between Apex Legends, Star Wars Jedi series, and other projects, Respawn has a lot on its plate. So it's a little shocking here that EA is laying off even more members of the studio this year. The cuts come amid hundreds of new layoffs at the publisher, which reportedly canceled a Titanfall extraction shooter that was very early in development. Respawn announced on Tuesday that it had recently stepped away from. I hate these autoplay videos. From two unannounced incubation projects. The statement mentioned difficult changes, targeted team adjustments, and providing meaningful support to those impacted. What motherfuckers sound like they're running a fucking Marvel Rivals session or some shit. But didn't explicitly say where those layoffs or how many there were. What IDK, what this. Wait, I don't know what this means, one person responded on X. To know exactly what's going on, you have to read a new report by IGN that was posted at the exact same moment. The fresh layoffs, which reportedly follow on the back of an earlier round in March, included a mix of developers, publishing, and QA workers on Apex Legends, as well as smaller groups of individuals on the Jedi team and on the incubation projects. IGN reported that up to 100 Respawn employees could be fired as part of today's changes. Goddamn. At Respawn, bold ideas, creative risk, and passionate storytelling have always defined who we are. That spirit has carried us through incredible highs and sometimes through difficult changes too. As we sharpen our focus for the future, we've made the decision to step away from two early stage incubation projects and make some targeted team adjustments across Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi. These decisions aren't easy, and we are deeply grateful to every teammate affected. Their creativity and contributions have helped build Respawn into what it is today. We're offering meaningful support to those impacted, including exploring new opportunities within EA. Looking ahead, our commitment to player first experiences remains unchanged. Innovation has always been at the core of Respawn's identity, and it continues to drive how we build the future, from evolving live experiences to crafting new worlds and stories. For Apex Legends, that means not just delivering competitive, innovative seasons, but expanding what Apex can be. While the team will continue to redefine gameplay and bring new ideas to upcoming seasons, we're also investing in what's next for the franchise, exploring bold experiences that push the boundaries of competitive play while staying true to the spirit of competition, creativity, and integrity that our community expects. Within the Star Wars universe, we're excited to keep building new stories, with the next chapter of the Star Wars Jedi series aiming to raise the bar again for storytelling and gameplay. To everyone who has been a part of our journey, past, present, and future, thank you for making Respawn what it is. We carry your legacy with us into everything that we create next. That was what Respawn posted in response. So we know at least one of the canceled incubation projects was reportedly a multiplayer FPS, with little known beyond that. Rumors of a new Titanfall game sprang eternal, but has been circulating with greater intensity than usual lately, as dueling leakers argued over whether any Titanfall-related project remained active within Respawn and how close to seeing the light of the day they were. Giant Bomb's Jeff Grubb says the new project from Titanfall 2 game director Steve Fuduka was one of the things that was canceled. According to Bloomberg, the project in question was codenamed R7 and was an extraction shooter set in the Titanfall universe that was not close to being released. It says the Respawn cuts were just one part of a total of 300 to 400 layoffs across EA this week. Golly. As part of our continued focus for our long-term strategic priorities, we've made select changes within our organization that more effectively align teams and allocate resources in service of driving the future growth. All right, whatever. CEO Sam Wilson promised shareholders that Legends, following a year of player burnout and downward trends, will get something of a 2.0 update. Respawn is also busy with the next Star Wars Jedi game. Is helping Bit Reactor with its recently XCOM style Star Wars Zero company. That some developers previously at the studio also moved to help EA Motive with the Iron Man game. Respawn seems like the last person publisher that prints money through FIFA and Madden loot boxes would look to cut. But the last restructuring at Respawn comes after EA reported poorer than expected financial results last quarter, due in part to dragging it to Veilguard failing to meet the company's sales expectations. The publisher does also recently scale back BioWare, is now solely focused on the next Mass Effect game. So just what the fuck we all want to hear. More fucking layoffs. Also, for the poor Titanfall fans out there, you get some hope just to see it all fucking dashed away yet again. So we're never getting another Titanfall. Too damn bad. Alright, in other news, Gears of War Reloaded, a remaster of the original game, announced for August release, and most importantly, it's going to be coming to PlayStation. Let's see. The game is being developed by the Coalition in partnership with Disbelief and Sumo Interactive. Launches on August 26th. Gears of War Reloaded will be available for $40 and launch on the Xbox, Series X and S, PlayStation 5, PC, and Game Pass. The game will be available via Xbox Cloud Gaming. Gears of War Reloaded will feature 4K resolution up to 120 frames per second. The game will also support cross-play and cross-progression on all platforms. That's very good. Regarding cross-play, the game doesn't require a Microsoft account to play. However, to get the full cross-platform experience, such as cross-progression, you'll need an account. One feature of the game includes HDR support, Dolby Vision 714, Dolby Atmos 7.1.4 3D spatial audio, variable refresh rates, 4K assets, remastered textures, enhanced post-processing visual effects, improved shadows and reflections, super resolution with improved anti-aliasing, zero loading screens during the campaign. The game's frame rate is limited to just 60 FPS in the mode. Multiplayer is where players get experience the game at 120. Okay. Lastly, those who own the digital version of 2015's Gears of War Ultimate Edition to upgrade to Reload at no cost. That's very good. Because I think I have that version myself. So that's good. Players will gain immediate access to all post-launch downloadable content, no additional cost. Bonus campaign ads, all multiplayer master modes, full roster of classic characters and cosmetics, unlockable through progression. So we're finally getting Gears of War on the PlayStation. Who would have ever thought we'd see it? I'm a little sad it's just the first one as opposed to the entire series. But maybe we'll get. I mean, well, most likely are going to get them. So we'll see. But yeah, Gears of War Reloaded coming on August. That's actually pretty damn soon too. All right, next up we got to zoom in for this one. Fucking PC games, this shit's so small. All right, Bungie has announced the next 4 Destiny 2 expansions, and yes, the second one is literally just Star Wars. The Edge of Fate is out July 15th, but it's expansion in December that's bringing a lightsaber to the game. Uh, Today's Destiny 2 reveal event, Bungie kicked off the next major saga of the game called the Fate Saga. It'll unfold over multiple years and will start on July 15th with the first expansion, Edge of Fate. That was just one of 4 expansions that Bungie announced today. And its second one, due out later this year on December 2nd, will raise the most eyebrows. It's called Renegades, and it's Star Wars. Renegades is going to be a definitively Destiny expansion, narrative director Allison Lur said during the reveal. This part of the Fate saga, and it's going to push forward in important ways and introduce characters that we're going to spend time with for years to come. No doubt the disclaimer exists because, well, look at the teaser trailer. It looks like a non-canon Star Wars crossover event. To really drive it home, Renegades is a one-of-a-kind Destiny experience. Just like we have the Destiny team, we have taken inspiration from other genres like dark fantasy or cosmic horror. Renegades take the space western vibe and aesthetic that is Star Wars and puts it through the Destiny lens. Let's check out this little Darth Vader. Oh shit! That was that was very loud. That was very loud in my ears. All right, there you go. So it seems like Titans get Darth Vader gear, Warlocks get Kylo Ren, and Hunters are gonna get what the heck is his name? Grievous, General Grievous. All right, away from the Star Wars of it all, here's what the lineup for the next 2 years looks like. So July, we know it's Fate. December, Renegades. Summer of next year, we got Shattered Cycle, and the winter of next year is The Alchemist. The first for those Edge of Fate players will be summoned to a new location in Kelper to get embroiled in some new drama from the Nine. Bungie calls this an attempt to bring mystery back to the Destiny universe, which is why the central antagonist seems to be the Nine, dark matter beings that represent the celestial bodies of our solar system. This will kick off a new release cycle for the game, as shown by the timeline. Destiny will be receiving 2 expansions per year, around the same size as Destiny's Rise of Iron, smaller than an annual expansion, yeah. And between expansions releases will be the new major updates that replace the previous seasonal model. These will be free to all players, and the first, called Ash and Iron, will launch on September and add Destiny's 1's Plaguelands to the sequel. So here you are. This is the This is the thing. So, Edge of Fate, Reclamation, then major update Ash and Iron in September. I didn't know all the stuff was free for the season stuff. Then you got Renegades, season 2, Lawless, and Shadow and Order is the major update for that one. After last year of episodic updates, definitely need something different. Final Shape was an all timer, but it didn't take long for the regular season of fatigue to. That's why I'll stop playing it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm going through the Final Shape because I'm basically I got it on sale. So I'm using the Final Shape to be like my fucking to my final chapter for Destiny 2 because I realized like I'll play through the expansion shit because I like the story. I like what's going on. I like the major event stuff. I like the actual story stuff of Destiny 2. But like once that's over and they do the seasonal stuff, but it all comes attached to the regular ass live service grind of shit, that's when I start falling out. So I was like, all right, we'll play the final shape, we'll beat it, and after that, I'm done with Destiny 2. We got other shit we can play now. With this new about to be better, I'm intrigued by what Bungie is doing to streamline the new player experience to improve the loot chase. The new tier system is going to come down to the quality of these new expansions. Edge of Fate will feel more like just a gimmick, and whether Bungie can pull off a whole Star Wars expansion and still feel like it makes sense in the game. As a game for everybody 2, it's so over and we're so back, and I'm struggling to predict what Edge of Fate will fall. All right, so for our Destiny players out there, have to see what the they're gonna have to see what the street's saying about the next stuff. Actually, uh, let's add this to the list. Add that to the queue. Actually, no, we'll do video games last. Since TV is so fucking short, we'll switch it up and we'll do TV in the middle, and then we'll end with the video games, including the GTA trailer. All right. Respawn, Xbox, Bungie. All right, that is it for video games. Now, of course, we close things out on television. We'll go through this one a little short because we'll actually watch the trailer on YouTube, the trailer section. So we'll just kind of talk about what things get talked about. So this year, of course, we had the TUDUM 2025, Netflix's little live streaming event where they show off what's going to be coming up later in the year. This aired on the 31st, so they dive into some of the stuff they talked about. Wednesday, did we watch Wednesday season 2's trailer last time? I think we did. Dropped the first Wednesday season 2 trailer. Jenna Ortega returning as Wednesday Addams, headed back to Nevermore Academy. So yeah, part 1 is on August 6th. Stranger Things, the Squid Game gets shown off for the last time. Stranger Things season 5 we know very little of. It's been 3 years since the finale of 4 aired. It's supposed to come later this year, most think in November. Thankfully, we've had the official date for Squid Game season 3, which is going to arrive on June 27th. The final season, revealing if Jihan can end the games once and for all. I hope we get a first teaser trailer for the season before TUDUM, and then a full trailer at TUDUM. But no, because the first trailer just came out today. The teaser trailer for it just came out, so we'll be watching it as well. By the way, what are these? These are just like little short. Jesus Christ, why are these so fucking loud?
In the beginning, the knives came out.
Okay, yeah.
Behold.
I want to see if there was actually anything on them, but there isn't. So, all right, we got the third Knives Out movie, following Knives Out and Glass Onion. We have Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. They talk about that as well. Some of the other stuff: Emily in Paris season 5, Frankenstein, Happy Gilmore 2, Love Is Blind season 9, One Piece season 2, Outer Banks season 5, The Rip, Squid Games 3, Stranger Things 5, Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders. What the fuck is that? The Lifeless, Wednesday season 2, and WWE Raw. That's interesting. So that's some of the things that I teased for TUDUM. Like I said, we'll watch the TUDUM in the trailer section. So again, if you're listening on the audio platforms, hop on over to YouTube. We can watch some of these trailers. All right, next up, motherfucker. Next up, we got bruh. Leave me alone. Goddamn. Get them damn cookies out of my face. All right, guess who it is? It's Jordan again. All right, all right. Shogun season 2 was to shoot in 2026. Hiroyuki Sanada and Cosmo Jarvis will return. All right, so last May, FX's Future Japan Shogun scored a season 2 and 3 renewal. And of course, excitement, trepidation in equal measure. Will it be able to live up to the excitement and heights that season 1 reached? We'll have to see. Yeah, one of the best TV shows of 2024. Trepidation because Shogun was very much pitched and designed as a limited series, with its finales taking us to the end of Clavel's book. Interesting. Today, however, announcing in January 2026 start date for production of season 2. FX and Disney Plus give us a little more information on what's next for the Shogun verse. Kondo and Marks are back at the helm to write Shogun Season 2. They'll be joined by Hiroyuki Sanada and Cosmo Jarvis, who will reprise their roles as Lord Yoshi Toranaga and John Blackthorne, respectively. On the show's sophomore outing. Let's see, Mariko and Asuno's Yabushiki. I don't know. For obvious reasons to anyone who's seen the first season, not expected to return. Oh, they did. Okay. The second thing, potentially validating our battle of Sekigara theories. We also know that there's a big old time jump ahead in season 2. Press release part 2 of Shogun is said 10 years after the events of the first season and continues the historically inspired saga of these two men from different worlds whose fates are inextricably entwined. It's an expectedly vague logline. Admittedly, one of those promises Sonata's military leader and Jarvis's engine Blackthorn story have plenty of mileage left beyond just the scope of Clavel's source material. So yeah, good news. We got season 2 of Shogun. Well, actually, I didn't know season 1 was like supposed to be a limited series, and like they just did the whole book in that one series. So I understand why there might be some worry about a season 2 and 3. So we'll see. Thank you, Jordan, the only writer for Empire, apparently. All right, we got some news about Hawkeye season 2. Jeremy Renner claims Disney offered him half his salary for a Hawkeye season 2. That says he's only offered a portion of his original salary after his devastating snowpile accident. Jeremy Renner is revealing why he shot down returning to Disney Plus for Hawkeye season 2. The actor claims he only offered half of the original season 1 salary by the penny pinchers at Disney. Renner says this happened after his 2023 snowplow accident nearly cost him his life and took months of rehabilitation to recover from, adding insult to literal injury. He spoke to High Performance Sports Podcast, that's weird, and sounded rather perturbed. They asked me to do a season 2 and they offered me half the money. I'm like, wow, it's going to take me twice the amount of work for half the amount of money, 8 months of my time, essentially, and you do it for half the amount of, I can't talk today, and you do it for half the amount. I'm like, I'm sorry, why? Do you think I'm only half the Jeremy because I got ran over? Is that why you pay me half of what I made on the first season? That said, the Disney insider contacted by the Hollywood Reporter disputed Renner's claims, but did not go into specifics. This is not Marvel. This is not Marvel. My juice is like this. Disney, not even really Disney, just the penny pinchers, the accountants. I told him to go fly a kite as an insult offer at the insult offer, and we didn't see eye to eye on it. Sadly, I still love the character. I would love to do it, but I had to defend myself. I didn't ask for any more money, mind you. Just pay me what you paid me from the first season. This is a little disheartening that didn't happen, but that's fine. I'm happy to let it go because my body's probably thanking me that I'm not doing that right now. Yeah. In general, an actor's salary tends to increase for subsequent seasons of a TV show. Hawkeye was released in 2021, earning strong reviews, earning a 92% positive on Rotten score and an 88 audience score. I'll admit, I did not like Hawkeye like that. I've been saying this for a while. I didn't like it. But at the same time, I might be super biased. I never wanted to see something with Hawkeye and Black Widow solo. I would have much preferred for them to have a project that involved both of them. You know, having both of them in a movie or a TV show. Have it revolve around them two, as opposed to giving them each their own thing. Because I didn't like the Hawkeye series and I didn't like the Black Widow movie. So, furthermore, the show was a top 10 at the streaming site and grew week after week during its 5-week run. Its finale peaking at 938 million minutes of viewing time during Christmas week. Unclear if or when Renner could return to Marvel. He is not among the cast announced for Doomsday, but more casts are to come. Here's a clip if y'all are interested.
Season two, and they offered me half the money. And I'm like, wow, it's going to take me twice the amount of work for half the amount of money, and so 8 months of my time essentially, and to do it for half the amount. I'm like, I'm sorry, why? Did you think I'm only half the Jeremy because I got ran over? Maybe is that what? That's why you want to pay me half of what I made on the first season? And this is not Marvel, mind you. This is like this Disney, not even really Disney. It's just the penny pinchers, the accountants. I told them to go fly a kite. I mean, just at the insult offer, and we didn't see eye to eye on that. And sadly, and I still love the character. I still love to do it, but I had to defend myself. I didn't ask for any more money, mind you, right? It just paid me what I made the first season. So it's a little disheartening that that didn't happen, but that's fine. I'm happy to let that go because my body's probably thanking me, time and time again that I'm not doing it right now. But we'll see.
So there you go. He's like, just pay me what you pay me. Which I'm like, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, of course, pay me more, but like, I didn't even do that. Just pay me what I asked for. Just pay me what I had the first time. Like, duh. Yeah, that kind of sucks. I do. I personally do feel like the snowplow accident might have had something to do with that. They were probably worried about like he probably couldn't. I don't know. I don't know what like extent they go through for like physical checking on their actors when they have them join the MCU. I know they do have people getting, Chris Pratt had the famous story of how he got in shape for his role of Star Lord. But I don't know how they do it for like keeping up with their health. But I would guess that they probably were worried that he probably couldn't do as much as he used to do. He probably can't be as physical as he was before the accident. So I'm thinking there is some truth to that. Probably they were worried he probably not going to be able to do as much as he did in the first movie, in the first series. So if we're going to bring him back for the second series, maybe we pay him less because he probably can only do half. So that's what it is. But kudos to him for turning that shit down. All right, next up some show updates. We've got, first of all, the studio gets a sequel. Seth Rogen's comedy is renewed at Apple TV Plus. It's a critical favorite for the streamer. I'm not gonna lie, this is like the only Apple TV show I've ever actually been interested in. Just as a film guy, an amateur filmmaker myself, and covering shit like this, I'm interested in like the meta of having a show based on like the studio and the production aspect of Hollywood and the movie making process. I'm interested in shit like that. All right, the streamer has renewed his comedy The Studio for a second season. It stars Seth Rogen as Matt Remick, a movie exec who's elevated to president of the fictional Continental Studios and quickly realizing he might be in over his head. The renewal for The Studio, produced by Lionsgate TV, comes 2 weeks ahead of the show's season finale, which is set to air on May 21st. We're thrilled to be making the second season of Studio. Rogen and his Point Great Pictures partner Evan Goldberg said in a statement, "We're looking forward to taking the lived experience of making season one and immediately putting it into season two, then repeating that loop for 10 more seasons. we're excited to keep all of our industry friends and colleagues guessing as to when one of their personal stories will stream on Apple TV Plus." Seth, Evan, and the entire creative team and cast of the studio have nothing out of the park with this brilliant show. It has been incredible to watch the conversation grow with each new episode. We can't wait to see where Matt Remick takes the Continental Studios in season two, and hope that for his sake, the Kool-Aid movie crushes it at the box office. That's the thing in the show. It's won critical acclaim for its first season, inspired guesses about which real life industry figures inspired its characters. Apple TV doesn't share its viewing data for its programming, and the show's first 2 weeks didn't push it to the top 10 of the Nielsen streamings. Did note that Apple's quarterly earnings call The Studio, along with Severance and other shows, helped Apple TV to record viewership in the first 3 months of the year. That makes sense because Severance has been getting a lot of steam too. I hear a lot about Severance. Catherine O'Hare, Catherine Hahn, Ike Barinholtz, and Chase Sui Wonders also star in The Studio. Bryan Cranston has a key recurring role, and the show has a long list of cameos so far. Among them is Martin Scorsese, Olivia Wilde, Zac Efron, Ron Howard, Ice Cube, Charlize Theron, and Nick Stoller. So kudos to Seth Rogen. I hope the show continues to go strong. And we also have the creative team behind Big Mouth is making a new series called Mating Season, and it's coming to Netflix, of course. The news comes a few weeks ahead of Big Mouth's final season premiere. The creative team behind Netflix's Big Mouth is turning its sights away from horny teenagers, or at least the teenagers part. The streamer has ordered an animated series titled Mating Season from Big Mouth creators Mark Levin, Jennifer Flackett, and Andrew Goldberg and Nick Kroll. Oh, I didn't know Nick Kroll's involved in this. Collectively known as Brutus Pink. The series is set in the Animal Kingdom and is set to premiere in 2026. This comes as Big Mouth is set to debut its 8th and final season on March 23rd, ending one of Netflix's longest original running shows. Mating Season will fill a cast of bears, raccoons, deer, foxes, and a host of other horny global forest critters as they navigate love, sexual relationships, and the universal need to hook up and find a partner, the show's logline reads. Big Mouth broke new ground in the world of adult animation with heart, humor, and total chaos that took the awkwardness of adolescence and turned it into something universal and deeply human. Said John Ditter, what? John D, VP Animation Series at Netflix. Working with Nick Kroll and to bring your minds to Brutus Pink over the course of 8 seasons has been legendary. Now with the Mating Season, they'll bring the same bold and hilarious creativity into the Animal Kingdom. We're beyond excited to unleash the next chapter together. As it is with Big Mouth, Titmouse will be the animation studio Mating Season. The company's Chris Pronowski, Shannon Pronowski, Antonio Canobio, and Ben Colina will executive produce along with Levin, Flacken, and Goldberg and Kroll. So brand new show. So if you're a fan of Big Mouth, you might be a fan of this show as well. So it's going to be coming next year after Big Mouth finishes up. All right, so that is it for this episode of News Drop. Of course, I mean that in the audio realm. So, of course, if you are on the audio realm, make sure you leave your boy a review. Leave a comment. Let me know how the episode is doing. And if you're interested in watching the trailers, come on over and jump on over to the YouTube and watch a couple of these trailers with me as well. But until next time, everybody in the audio realm, thank you all so much for listening. I very much do appreciate it. Check out some of the other stuff on the channel. And until next time, I will see you all later. Goodbye. But if you're still here on the YouTube, y'all already know we're finna get into a plethora of trailers. I'm gonna try out something new. Let me run over a little bit. We're gonna try out something new. We got this new screen here. I'm gonna try out this new screen. We're gonna have the video playing smaller because shit, I don't know. We're just gonna try it out and see how it goes. So, all right, let's put this on full screen. What do we actually? Let's look over what we got. So we've got Now You See Me, Now You Don't, which is the third Now You See Me movie. We'll be looking at The Smashing Machine, Together, Weapons, Unholy Trinity, Highest to Lowest, the TUDUM, Squid Games 3, and then a bunch of video game stuff. Destiny 2, Borderlands 4, the Destiny 2 Renegades thing, and Grand Theft Auto 6. It's just a nice little list of trailers we got. So let's let me adjust my shit a little bit. All right, let's start things off, of course, with Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Hold on, let me make sure my shit is.
In the world of magic, everything that disappears reappears. Whew! It is very good to be back.
Come up, you're gonna be our helper.
Okay. Disappear in 3, 2, 1.
J. Daniel Atlas in the house. Who wants to see a magic trick? I think we would have made
And he'll kidnap that fool.
Spot on.
Really? I'll be the judge of that. According to that card, for some reason, I need you.
Why not the other horsemen?
The other horsemen are dead.
Oh my god, what?
No, they're like dead to me. Things got too real for them. They gave up. Stop interrupting. I'm talking about a trick that is bigger and better than anything you have ever seen. It's now or never.
What's the trick?
The Heart Diamond. It's the most valuable jewel in history.
But what makes this diamond so special?
Because a magical tarot card told us.
For decades, the Vanderbergs have been selling diamonds to warlords, arms dealers,
so
traffickers
Rosamund Pike in
to
this
help
joint?
launder their money.
If you want to stop the devil, don't cut off her hands. You lift her wallet.
Open sesame.
Still safe with me.
Relax. Diamonds Our
Or
forever.
forever. Forever.
Jack, what are you doing here?
Saving your ass.
Emily Reed?
Fanboy later.
Hi, guys.
Hi. I don't know you.
Let's go.
My horsemen. Who were brought together for a reason.
Gummies kicked in.
Bring down 2 generations of criminals with a single sleight of hand.
8 magicians against a worldwide criminal network. I like our chances.
Want to see a magic trick?
You enjoying the show?
Shall we get on with it?
Hey, guys, dead end.
Open sesame.
Way to represent, Merritt.
Worth a try, was it? Never know.
I think you do know.
Now you see me, now you don't. I feel like these movies are like damn near like the fucking Fast and Furious movies. It's just like this people who are very underqualified just getting involved in just the wildest, craziest thing. I ain't never seen any of these movies either, by the way. I think I've seen parts of the first one, but I've never seen the beginning to the end, and I don't think I've seen anything from 2. I know 2 has that big twist in it that I'm pretty sure I know what happens, but I can't remember exactly what the hell it is because I ain't seen the damn movie. But anywho, I mean, it looks okay. It looks okay. Don't hate it. Don't love it. All right, let's move on. Smashing Machine. This is the Rock's new joint with Benny Safdie.
Probably looking at my eyes.
How did that happen?
Well, have you ever heard of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the UFC?
That's the bloody thing they're trying to ban.
This guy is the best he has ever seen.
Do you hate each other when you fight?
Absolutely not.
How do you know Mark Kirk? Oh, we go way back. But he's a buddy of mine.
This nigga like Goldberg. What the fuck?
Too much?
Never.
Too much?
No.
Please welcome in his Octagon debut, Mark
Winning is the best feeling there is. It's 40,000 people and they're cheering you on. There's no other high like it in the world. No contract, no money?
No money.
Do you have any stronger pain medication?
Advil?
Advil?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, this nigga
Handing
looks
them out like candy.
nothing like The Rock.
Let's all get in. Everybody get in. Get done. Can you take this picture for us?
Yeah.
What are you thinking at the beginning of the fight?
It's simple. Am I going to hurt him before he hurts me?
This Grand Prix to crown the greatest fighter in the world. He has come back from the brink. Let's see if he can pull out a victory over Mark Coleman.
Have you spoken to either about fighting such a good friend for a life-changing amount of money?
I just need
I don't know what it is. Somehow this man gets older and gets more fucking jacked. The fucking older he gets. How does that even work?
you to let me in.
Always about you. Only about fucking you.
Let's fucking go. My big strong man, I love you.
Think he wants your autograph.
Sure, no problem. No fighting.
That's very interesting. God damn it. Bitch. That's interesting. It's interesting because I feel like might be like The Rock's first, Dwayne Johnson's his first big dramatic role, serious, full on dramatic role, even though he's been doing this for so fucking long. It's weird to think how he mostly just does like family and action films. Now he's finally getting involved in like the drama scene. So I'm interested to see how his performance is and how it's received. It looks pretty good. I mean, it's like I always say, 824. 824 does good shit. So see how it is. All right, what is this? This is Together. We watched the teaser for this. It's that new movie with Dave Franco and I keep just calling her Annie, but that's not her real name. I can't remember what her fucking real name is. Alison Brie. There we go. Yeah.
I love you.
What's going on?
I don't know. Since the move, Tim and I haven't been on the same page.
Please, do you love each other?
Maybe we're just complacent.
Well, you know, complacency can sometimes simply be harmony. You know, this could be the beginning.
Damn, you two compressed as fuck.
Of something wonderful.
Tim.
We spend our lives in search of the other half. If you think you found that, don't be so quick to let it go.
I think something's happening to us.
Listen to me. Listen to me. We've got to get out of here.
What the fuck?
Now.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Billy, wake up!
You'll be okay. Whiskey for the pain.
This actually looks really good. This actually looks really good. I'm trying to see more. I'm making a concerned goal to see more movies kind of outside my typical wheelhouse. This looks pretty good. I might put this on the list. I might try to see it's July 30th. Damn, that's like a week after Fantastic Four, ain't it? When does that shit come out? First Steps. First Steps comes out like the 25th, right? I like how I'm doing this on my phone, like I ain't fucking got a computer right in front of me. Yeah, it comes out the 25th. Yeah, so it's like a week later. This actually looks really good. Weird and creepy as hell. But I like it. Years into their relationship, Tim and Millie find themselves at a crossroads as they move to the country, abandoning all that is familiar in their lives except each other. With tensions already flaring, a nightmarish encounter with a mysterious, unnatural force threatens to corrupt their lives, their love, and their flesh. This looks pretty damn good. Neon does some pretty interesting stuff too, by the way, so I'm interested. But anyway, that looks really good. All right, next up is Weapons. The official trailer for Weapons. We watched the teaser trailer for this last time, and I was already very intrigued about it. Let's see what the official trailer is talking about.
This is a true story that happened in my town. So this one Wednesday is like a normal day for the whole school. But today was different. Every other class had all their kids. But Mrs. Gandy's room was totally empty. And you know why? Because the night before, at 2:17 in the morning, every kid woke up, got out of bed, walked downstairs, and into the dark. And they never came back.
I don't understand at all. Why just her classroom? Why only hers?
Oh, Josh Brolin.
Where are our children?
We have a lot of emotional.
Benedict Wong? Oh
I
shit.
think it's best if you keep some distance from
Julia
this place.
Garner? That's fantastic for her. She's the Silver Surfer in First Steps too, by the way.